It's Sunday, September 14th, 2025. Thanks for tuning in today. Please make sure to like, share, and subscribe. A few people have been asking how Turbo's doing. He's right here. 3.5 months now, and I'll give you a little idea how much this dog is growing. Take a look at this, how big he's getting. He's gotten so big. Everybody always likes to comment about his paws. Look at those paws. So he's doing great. Him and Nugget, inseparable. They just won't leave one another alone. I'll let him out here real quick. Go on, buddy. But he's been doing really good at his obedience class, his bite work, and we'll see how he pans out. To me, it's a little too young to tell, but right now he's on the right track, doing well. I think he'll be a great guardian of the property, of the home, of the family. I want to get into some of these articles today. We have a lot to talk about. We're going to talk a little bit, really, I want to talk about the hate in this country that has really been exposed by the Charlie Kirk assassination. It's really exposed how much hate really exists in America. And another reason why you really have to be careful out there. But I want to start with this first article from Fox Business. Federal budget deficit grows $92 billion to nearly $2 trillion, even as Trump tariffs increase revenue. That's a $92 billion increase from last year. It's driven by Social Security, Medicare, and debt interest payments. It says here, overall federal spending was up by $391 billion, while tax receipts rose $299 billion. So we continue to spend more than we take in, and we're paying more in taxes than ever, and we're outspending what we're taking in. So how is the debt ever going to be resolved? This is another reason why I solely believe you need to be owning gold and silver. If you don't have any of this stuff, go to my link down below, SD Bullion, or you can call them, tell them Jeremiah sent you. This stuff right now is so important because the debt is not shrinking. The deficits are not shrinking. They're getting worse. While we're spending more and paying more in taxes, and it's getting worse. This is going to absolutely crush what's left of the US dollar. And if you don't have real money, if you don't have real assets, you are going to be absolutely destroyed. So be careful. This is going to get much, much worse. MSN, the US would owe $1 trillion should the Supreme Court strike down emergency tariffs. This, to me, would cause a catastrophic disruption in the stock market and the US economy all at the same time. We would just see literally the economy, I think, collapse overnight if they did this. Again, another reminder to why you better have gold, why you better have silver, why you need to be preparing, why you better be able to protect yourself, have food, have water, have training, have skills. Because if this happens, think about it, on top of a housing collapse that we're now witnessing take place, a commercial real estate apocalypse taking place, inflation rising, interest rates going down, all this happening at the same time, and a nation that is extremely divided, and a lot of people out there looking for violence. And I hope that cooler heads prevail. But this is getting very, very concerning. I've never seen America in this condition in my entire life. And I bet if you're older than me, you have not seen America in this condition. We are in a very, very vulnerable place. New York Post, New York and New Jersey skip flag order for Charlie Kirk despite Trump. Trump signed a directive Wednesday ordering U.S. flags nationwide lowered through Sunday to 6 p.m. But New Jersey, New York, for some reason, didn't want to do this. They instead basically disrespected the president, Charlie Kirk, the American people. If you live in New York, New Jersey, comment down below. Let me know your thoughts on this. To me, you know, Charlie Kirk was a good guy, a patriot, a Christian, a family man, somebody who stood for morality, good of the nation, wanted people to succeed of all walks of life. And New York and New Jersey showed no respect to this whatsoever. And I guess, look, that's on them. But that is a place I would never want to live, is New York or New Jersey. And that's why these states are in such big, big trouble. And more good people will be leaving these type of states, going to better states. Multiple people lose jobs after posts, comments about Charlie Kirk assassination. So we had people in the Secret Service fired, NASDAQ employee fired, U.S. Marine fired, Office Depot worker fired. The list goes on and on. There's people in all walks of life that are making these public posts. And I got to ask you, even if you really hated somebody this much, you detested somebody this much, would you really, I mean, are you that dumb that you would actually post it on social media to express your hatred, that you're celebrating the death of a fellow American, and you're celebrating because you just didn't like what they had to say? They never did anything to you. They never hurt you. They just had a different viewpoint than you did. And so you spew this hatred, and you gleam in the loss of life, now 2 kids with no parent, a man who actually stood for something, a gladiator in the political realm, and you laugh, you gleam, you cheer death. That to me is absolutely demonic. It's evil. And I'm happy that these people are losing their jobs, because why would an employer want a psychopath working for them in the Secret Service or in the military or at Office Max or Office Depot or any store? Why would they want a psychopath who celebrates death? And how are these people this dumb and this ignorant to post this stuff on social media? You know, if you really hate somebody that much, maybe you should just keep it to yourself. Here's another one. TikTok user calls for Charlie Kirk's widow and children, elected officials, CEOs, to be deleted. Next, his wife and kids need to go. Get rid of the whole family, she said. I watched this video last night. You know, the lip ring, the nose ring, a very disturbed individual. I don't know how these people get to this point of evil. I really, really don't. But, you know, there's a lot of people I disagree with, a lot of people that, and politicians that I don't like, but I would never sit here and endorse the loss of their life or for them to be deleted. It's unbelievable. People are absolutely sick, and anybody that embraces this, endorses this type of behavior, is a pure scumbag. And you are really jeopardizing the safety of so many Americans and the future of America, because you're dividing America and you're scaring Americans. You're putting fear into Americans that they can't walk freely on the streets of America and wear a certain T-shirt or hat or have an opinion or a voice. And this is very evil, and this is what they want. They want to intimidate you. They want to scare you. Look, in my humble opinion, I think everybody across the board should have the right to say what they want to say. Now, you can suffer the consequences, but I still believe you have the right to say what you want to say without losing your life. But we're coming to a very, very dangerous place here in America, where if you say something somebody doesn't like, you could lose your life. Very, very dangerous. Teacher allegedly showed Charlie Kirk assassination video to 10 and 11-year-olds, told students he deserved to be deleted. We have very, very disturbed people in our education system, that is for sure. Our educational system is absolutely falling apart. That is a fact. Just look at the dropout rate. Look at the test scores. You know, what is Chicago? Like 80% of the school system in Chicago is at a 3rd grade reading level. The high school area is at a third grade reading level. That is unacceptable. Yet, when you look at the teachers that we have here, embracing more death and then giving their political viewpoints to 10 and 11-year-olds. You think a 10 and 11-year-old is political? But they have this much hate that they want to spew it on your kids. I guess this was Corvette Junior High in Canada. Teacher under investigation, has been suspended. This guy is a mental patient. He's demented. He's evil. and he should lose his job immediately. He shouldn't even be under investigation. He should just be done. This has no place to be in a school with 10 and 11-year-olds, showing them a video of this man being assassinated. What does that leave in their developing brains, in their developing minds? And you showed this to them multiple times. What is wrong with these people? Twisted New York school cop removed over post celebrating, joking about the Charlie Kirk assassination. New York Post today. Officer Tanisha Blanche was yanked from her job. She's a Westchester County school cop. Boy, the people we have working in our school systems in America, it's disgusting. Her post glorified violence. And when you look at somebody in law enforcement, should they be glorifying violence? Should they be glorifying the death of a patriot, the death of an American who broke no law, did nothing wrong, except had his own opinion and had the guts to go somewhere and debate people that had a different opinion? And so we have people in law enforcement now glorifying this. We have judges glorifying this. America is in worse shape than even I thought. And please leave a comment down below. I want to know your thoughts on anything you want to talk about today. But we're talking a little bit about Charlie Kirk. And not just Charlie Kirk, but the hatred in America for people who love America, the patriots, the people who believe in freedom, free speech, capitalism. And there is a large group of people who have a hatred for this, and they're very, very demonic, and they're getting very, very violent. And my fear is that at some point you get the very far radical right. And when these people come out, things are going to get really, really scary. And this is a genie that you're not going to put back in the bottle. And these people have no idea the bear that they're poking right now, because you're going to have a very extreme group on the right side come out if this continues. And then at this point, you have a country that could fall into civil war. We could be seeing things we never thought possible in our lifetime happening in America. So we need to get a grip on this immediately. I don't see a lot of politicians on the left coming forward and condemning this. I don't really see enough politicians overall coming out and condemning this. And then we have, these agencies investigating this whole thing that nobody believes now anyway. So this is just the loss of all credibility in the United States government and these three-letter agencies. Nobody believes even what's going on, how this even came to premonition, how the shooter did this, how he got away. By the way, how did he get caught? Well, his dad turned him in. No, it wasn't law enforcement. It was his father that turned him in. So as far as I'm concerned, this guy probably would have got away with the whole thing if it wasn't for his father. So we're losing hope. And when people don't trust these agencies, we have a country now that is really spiraling out of control. Wow, we have countries like China who are getting much stronger. Article today, reading and math test scores for American 12th graders hit 20-year low despite massive spending on education. China, their school system, it absolutely destroys what our students are doing in school. They're preparing their kids for real life. They're preparing their kids to dominate the world. They're going to eat America's lunch. That's what's happening. That is the fact. I know people out there will completely disagree. You better face the facts. You better face reality. China is preparing their kids. They're preparing their people. They tell their people to go buy gold. We tell people to go buy video games. We tell people to go buy houses in the worst housing market that we've ever seen. We tell people to buy stuff on Amazon with credit cards and use money they don't have. Just use a buy now, pay later. Just buy this dumb stuff you don't need right now. China is doing the opposite. China is looking 100 years ahead while we're looking for 60 seconds ahead. We're looking for instant gratification right now. We want our Amazon package here right now with a bunch of junk that we can't afford. The empire that we live in, from what I see right now, and this Charlie Kirk thing has really exposed a lot to me of just how divided and how much trouble we really are in. Not just economically, but spiritually, politically, and socially. We're in very, very big trouble. We're a nation that now half the country is obese. Our school system has failed. We're raising dumb kids. We have a lot of dumb people out here. We have a lot of people who don't want to work. Our manufacturing, we continue to lose jobs in manufacturing. So somebody tell me, when you are, and you look at the people in China, they're not obese, and they're certainly not dumb. But we need ChatGPT every day now to make decisions for us. We got to go to the internet to make decisions for us because we can't think for ourselves. Most people, most kids today, all day on the television, all day on the phone, all day on a computer, cannot even communicate. They cannot put 3 words together. This is not true in China. China is preparing, and many other countries are too. But we better be very, very careful here because we are weak, we're overweight, we're addicted to pharmaceuticals, we play video games all day. Mentally, we are so lazy, and we are a nation that does not manufacture very much, if anything, at this point. So somebody tell me out there now, how do we remain a world superpower when we're obese, dumbed down, loaded up with pharmaceuticals, and we don't manufacture anything? Somebody tell me how we're going to stay number one. I just don't see it. I don't see it. And then when you look at the division and the hate in this country is in big trouble. 2 in 5 young adults are taking on debt for social image to impress peers, study finds. This on The Hedge today. Money may not buy love, but for many young adults, it's still the ticket to attention. People just need attention. They need to impress people they don't even know, and they will go broke doing it. Half of Gen Z and millennials say they have faked wealth or success. Gen Z, 54% said they faked it. Nearly 38% admit that they have damaged their credit score or gone into debt to impress someone. 37% said they have even have overdraft their accounts for a date. We are really gone. The empire is falling right before your very eyes. If another person asked me when the collapse is going to happen, you've got to be one ignorant, dumb human being not to see it happening right now, right before your very eyes. We are collapsing mentally, physically, spiritually, and financially. Homeless camps are morphing into larger homeless cities in Los Angeles. I see more homeless every week here in California. So now we have a homeless encampment in Koreatown in Los Angeles. It's grown into what neighbors describe as a city of its own. So we have a city within a city. Our leaders no longer care. Our leaders just, I think, are in this for the money. And they make a lot of money with crime. They make a lot of money with homelessness. The good people of California, the people who pay this extravagant amount in taxes, get absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. Another reason why we are getting the hell out of here. But I was looking at some of the pictures of this and reading this article. Neighbors say that they've watched people pry open a streetlight, install a surge protector inside, and run extension cords across the street to provide power to the camp. Obviously, a major fire hazard. Didn't we all just watch Los Angeles practically burn to the ground just a few months ago? And yet, if you try to get a building permit to rebuild, good luck. Far and few between get a permit. But yet, these people can literally build a city within a city with electricity, amenities, hazards, and there's zero accountability. They don't use a permit. They don't get any okay. They just do what they want to do, and there's no accountability. You go right ahead and build the city. Even though the taxpayer who had a $3 million house can't rebuild, these people can rebuild a city. And at the same time, with hazards. Comment down below. Let me know your thoughts on that. It's really frightening what's happening in the United States. We've been talking about this for years, and things just seem to continue to accelerate out of control. It's not looking good. It's not looking good at all. Markets won't care. All the markets right now, all they want is rate cuts and quantitative easing. The average person in this country is not going to benefit from this whatsoever. In fact, you could see mortgage rates turn around and begin to go right back up with these rate cuts, because rate cuts don't mean you're going to get mortgage cuts. It's all tied to the 10-year. If that 10-year creeps up, then so do mortgage rates. We're going to see what happens. We could have a very opposite effect here when they cut rates. Maybe the markets don't even like the rate cuts. If they go 50 basis points, the markets could get very, very nervous. 25, I think they're gonna like. 50, they're not. Right now, I think we're going to get 25 basis point rate cut. I think that's on the 17th of this week. So we'll see what happens, but so much happening. Please leave me a comment down below. Is there hope for America? This thing is really, really spiraling out of control. And my fear is that now you get the radical right side involved because you've been poking them for so long that now you begin to see violence really intensify in America. And I pray to God that does not happen. I pray to God things de-escalate, that our politicians step up and do something to de-escalate this. But my fear is that they won't, because they don't do anything good for the American people. They seem like they are purposely destroying the United States of America, and they're going to continue. And if they continue to do this, then you're going to see all this spiral out of control. You're going to see the economy spiral out of control. You're going to see violence spiral out of control. You're going to see spiritual warfare spiral out of control. You're going to see people turn into absolute animals. Please be careful out there. Please make sure you protect yourselves. Make sure you're walking close to God, and make sure you're preparing and training, and pray for this country that things cool down. We don't want to see anybody on the right, the left, or in the middle hurt. We don't want to see any more harm or bloodshed. We want people to just get along. Please. God bless. Take care.